There's a very important halacha. We've explained already why did the Chachamim allow, or why they institute the concept of breaking Shabbat to save someone's life. Because the idea is Chalel alav Shabbat achat kedei sheishmor Shabbatot harbeh. Violate or desecrate one Shabbat to save this person, so that he or she will be able to observe many more Shabbatot in the future. That's the underlying principle that besides the V'chai Bahem, but that's the underlying principle that the Chachamim understood is the logic behind breaking Shabbat to save someone's life, because you want them to be able to keep many more Shabbatot afterward. But now the question arises: what happens if this Shabbat, if this individual, Allah Aleinu, is deathly ill, on his deathbed, nearing the end? And what in terms of the Gemara is called Chaye Sha'ah. You're simply extending and prolonging his life by a few hours or maximum a few days. Does that change anything? Does it change the scenario? Should we not, chas v'shalom, break Shabbat to help treat this patient, this individual who needs who is asking for help? So Halacha explains, even though we have this principle, mikol makom leHalacha ena davar telui klal im yishmor Shabbatot harbe o im lav. The halacha is not contingent on whether or not he will keep more Shabbatot in the future. Ela mechalalin et Shabbat af letzorech chole mesukan shebevadai lo yakum mecholio ve'lo yagil leShabbat acheret leshomra. Rather, we break Shabbat for a chole sheyesh bo sakana, even if the science guarantees that this person won't last another week and they will die within a week. Doesn't matter. You still break Shabbat to treat this individual. The chole rofot שיעשו בשבילו רפואות, וכל הרפואות שיעשו בשבילו בשבת, יועילו לו רק לשעות ספורות או ימים אחדים בלבד. And nevertheless, even all the medication you can give will only help a few days. We still desecrate Shabbat to help such an individual. And the halacha continues and says, "Vafilu goses," even someone that's actively dying, he's on his deathbed, he is moments away from passing away. שאין לו סיכוי לחיות אלא בזמן קצר. He's taking his final breaths. We know that there isn't such opportunity to last much longer. Mechalalim alav et Shabbat mishum chaye sha'ah. We still break Shabbat and do whatever we can for these chaye sha'ah, these moments of life. וכן חולה שמצבו אנוש וסיכויי הצלת חייו קלושים ביותר, אף על פי כן מחללים עליו את השבת ככל הנדרש מניסיון להחלימו ולהחיותו. Similarly, a sick person who his condition is very, very weak, and there isn't much hope, we still break Shabbat and try to treat and give him as much attention and care as possible to prolong his life even by minutes. And Halakha continues and explains, if there's a big mapolet, a wall that collapsed and there was people under the rubble, we dig after the rubble, we try to find people that are alive. And this is an interesting halakha. Initially, the halakha said that if someone wasn't breathing, they were considered dead and you stop. But today, all the poskim, Rav Ovadia, Rabbi Chaim, Ish Matzliach, Hilchot, they all explain that halakha doesn't apply, because we have scenarios today where people stop breathing, but you can still resuscitate them using CPR, using other methods. That doesn't matter if they're not breathing or not. We go based on the science. So even if they find someone who isn't breathing, you treat him, you try to resuscitate him, you take him to the hospital until the doctors or any of those who are educated can pronounce his death. So this is an important halachot, and it's the lesson is we don't have to be talking about death, but we have to be speaking about life. If you're breaking Shabbat for Chaye Shah, for moments of living, we should internalize and understand how valuable every moment is, how precious every second is, that we're willing to break Shabbat so this person can live an extra minute. We should be careful and not waste any of our time as well in this world. Chazaku Baruch.